Thanks for tuning in to Community Connection. I'm Iowa City Mayor Bruce Teague. During this show, we address response efforts to COVID-19, and that includes different ways that city services are being delivered during the pandemic. One of the most beloved city divisions is the Iowa City Animal Care and Adoption Center. Here to address how operations have shifted is Chris Whitmore, Animal Control Coordinator. Thanks for joining me, Chris. I'm so happy that you're here today.
Yes, thank you for having me. That's very nice of you to have me on this program.
Well, I'll tell you that I'm very interested about our animals here in our community. And so one of the things that I've always loved to do is come to the animal clinic or the animal center and just look around at all the animals that are up for adoption. But that is not possible during COVID-19. So tell us, what are the operations looking like now?
Well, we are, as you know, we are closed for the public for just coming in to visit, which is very unfortunate for the cats and the dogs that are here begging for attention. But we are doing adoptions. We are still taking in animals. So we are pretty much the same way that we normally do things, except you can't come in there just to look. We are having our adoptions through our website. We put our animals up on our website. You look at them. If you see somebody you're wanting to see, we send you out the application. We want to make sure it's a good match before you come all the way here to visit them. And then we'll set up an appointment for you.
So they can look online, see an animal that they want. You have dogs, kittens, rabbits. Do you have any rabbits right now?
Yes. We have 2 rabbits up for adoption right now.
And then what about some birds?
Right now, we don't have any birds. We just had a little bungee that was adopted a couple weeks ago or more even. So no birds, but you never know what might come in today. So
Sure.
we always just say we have our critter room that could have all kinds of things, guinea pigs, rabbits. But right now we have just the 2 rabbits up for adoption.
All right, so if I'm wanting to adopt, I have the option to look online, maybe figure out which animals I might be interested in. And then what does that look like from an opportunity for me to come in and visit with the animal?
Well, okay, so you fill out the application online, you send it right back to us. We'll look at your application and the animal that you're interested in. Like right now, we have Carmen, who is a nice young female pit bull. She's very energetic. So if we felt like your lifestyle and hers would match, we would have you come down and visit. Now, if they wouldn't, we would probably call you and say, hey, we know you really are looking to a really couch potato dog. Carmen isn't a couch potato. So we probably wouldn't let you visit Carmen just for the fact we know that you two wouldn't get along very well because Carmen is a high energy, never going to sit down during the day kind of dog. And if you're wanting something that's going to sit next to you on the couch for long periods of time, Carmen wouldn't be a good match until she gets much older. Then she might. But if you find one that we think, well, yeah, that would be a good match, we set up an appointment. You come into the shelter. We have a side door, which are our volunteer and foster door. We let you in through there, and then we actually have a room that's set up just for you to meet that animal. We don't spend a lot of time in with you, just for the fact that we wear our mask and we want you to wear yours as well. But we can talk in between the glass of the door, which was a great thing that we didn't know that was going to be something that was going to be important for us. But if you spend a little time with it, unfortunately, we do have just one member of the household that can come down to visit at a time. So if you have another spouse or a roommate that would need to visit, we'd have to make another appointment. We just want to eliminate the contact from people to people as much as we can.
And that's totally understandable during this time. Although I have to tell you, Carmen sounds like we'll get along just fine with our energy.
Yes. In fact, she spends a lot of times just running around the front lobby since we're not open and people aren't coming and going. So she spends more time out of her cage than in her run than she does because Chad, our front clerk, he loves that dog and spends more time with her than anyone else. So she gets a lot of attention here for sure.
Awesome. So what about fostering? What does that look like? Do you need some people signed up for that?
Oh, gosh, Bruce, we had such a demand for our foster animals when we first started, or when this all started back in March. We said, if you're interested in fostering, let us know. We have so many people that applied to do it. We didn't have enough animals to go into foster.
Wow.
This community is nothing like I've ever seen. It's just if they know that if they can help, they're going to come in, foster animals for us. And so we actually had to put a cap on our foster program just for the fact that we had more people that are wanting to foster than we had animals, and so we couldn't get the animals out. So we are telling people, if you're interested in fostering, wait till like August, then we might have more animals that we can put into a foster program. So yeah, we do have quite a few of our animals in foster right now. Some of them are foster homes that have been ones that we've had for years. Some of them are brand new. Some we call the COVID-19 fosters, and they're loving it. They spend, we take care of all the food, all the medical on that animal, the litter, everything. Only thing they have to provide, we always tell them, is the love and the attention for that pet. So we had, I think at our max, we had almost like 25 cats in foster, and then we had probably 3 dogs in foster.
Wow.
But it's a great thing. We love our foster homes. As you probably know, when it's getting this time of year, we're getting to our kitten season. And so then we're going to transition all the way into the foster homes for kittens. So that's a different need. So that might be a situation we might have to get some more fosters. But right now we're doing great on foster homes.
Well, awesome. Thanks to all of the individuals that are fostering right now.
Absolutely.
Iowa City never ceases to amaze me. I love our and the greater community is beyond just Iowa City.
Yes, correct.
That is
Yeah,
involved
we
in
have
this.
foster homes in Coralville and the county. So yeah, it just amazes me what they want to do to help our animals in need.
Yes. So one question I have, since we're talking about COVID-19 and food, you all have an opportunity for people in the community to pick up food for animals.
Oh yeah.
Should they have a financial need for that?
Yes. Another great thing about this community, when we said that we were going to put a little food pantry together, we had the Leash on Life, which is a great partner of ours, a local pet shop. And they brought food to us. They had citizens bring food to them, and then they brought it to us, and then we are giving it out. Doesn't matter where you live. If you need some food, call us. We'll see what kind of food that we have that might be a match that you normally feed, or we'll try to get something that's very similar. As you know, animals like to have the same kind of food all the time. Otherwise, they get GI upsets and they kind of have some problems with it. So if we have it, just call us and say, hey, I need some Royal Canin Chihuahua. That's what I feed. We'll try to see if we have it. And if we don't have something exactly like that, we'll give you what we have. So as you know, this is the crisis is making more and more people they're going to need food more, and we have it here. So if somebody needs some food, just a temporary basis, or if you need it, just reach out to us. We'd be glad to try to help you.
Wow, phenomenal. I think it's great. Now, there's a lot of responsibilities that pet owners have when it comes down to renewal licensing. How is that looking right now during COVID-19?
Right now, you can do them online. You can mail in your rabies information to us, and then we will call you to get payment. We don't want any payment sent to us online or in the mail. We will call you to get that payment, and we'll process it. There is no in the shelter payment process right now. We can do it online, or you can do it the old snail way, the old way of sending it in the mail, and we'll send them right out to you. So just call us or send it in email, and we'll try to get it back to you as soon as we can. But obviously, we're getting a lot of those in, and that's a good thing.
Great. Since we're talking about some of the responsibilities of pet owners, I want to talk about our dog parks, because it's getting warm. It's getting warm out there, and people are interacting. What are some thoughts and some suggestions you have for our dog parks, as well as maybe talk about the responsibility of leashes as well? Because I know that I've seen a few fun furry people running around without a leash.
The dog parks are a great place to go with your dog. Obviously, we want to make sure people realize that you got to have social distancing even at the park with your dog. The city, I think, put something on their website. It said 2 golden retrievers between you and 2 golden retrievers. So at least 6 to 10 feet, just don't sit there and forget about your social distancing, even though you're trying to hang out with your dog friend. It's not a good time to try to go up and talk to other people about their dog. Unless you can do it safely. The dog parks are still having some attendance there. So, they're going to make sure you have your dog pass and that it's up to date. The leash law in Iowa City has been on the books as long as I've been here, and I've been here a long time. And we are getting a lot of concern about people just opening their door and letting their dog run. Coming to Thornberry, the park over here, or Hickory Hills, another place where we're getting a lot of complaints about dogs just running wild. And the one thing that we always like to remember as animal services people is, your dog might be really friendly towards everyone and other dogs, but that person that's walking a dog that they got from a shelter that is a little fearful, doesn't like your dog as much, can cause some problems. So we get the calls from that dog owner more than we do anyone else. They're just trying to do the right thing by getting exercise with their dog on a leash, and then you'll have that dog that is really friendly come up to that dog, and then that dog doesn't want to be friends, and that might cause problems, and then they're fighting, and then that dog owner that is walking their dog legally on a leash can get hurt or bit. So I think a lot of times people don't realize the consequences of your dog when it's running around being really friendly, that it can cause some problems. The other thing that a lot of times people forget is your dog can be really friendly and might want to jump on people just because it wants to see them. And that can really hurt anyone, even if it's an elderly person, it can knock them over and hurt them. Just keep your dog on a leash. They want to be with you. They don't need to be running amok all over the parks of Iowa City. You got to make sure that if your dog isn't on a leash, you can't even verify that you're picking up all the poop that dog might leave. So, we want you to leash your dog, and we want to make sure you pick up the poop after your dog goes to the bathroom. And that's just being a good neighbor. I know you love your dog, but not everyone loves your dog. So it's just remember that your dog is your responsibility, and to keep it on a leash with you.
I think you talk about some things that maybe sometimes the owners don't think about. I came from Chicago 26 years ago, and I'll tell you, when I came from Chicago, what I was used to in my neighborhood were dogs were guard dogs, and so you really did not, touch or play with dogs. So I had a fear of dogs before coming to Iowa City. It took me about 6 to 7 years to the point where I would go to somebody's house and jump on the couch if their dog came running towards me. But now I have 2 dogs of my own. But again, I think those are some of the things that maybe pet owners don't think about.
No, they don't. And, they think that dog loves them and they love their dog, and everybody should love their dog. But you got to realize, there's a lot of people that are not sure what a dog might do to them. They're afraid, or they're just not used to them. So you got to just make sure that you're keeping your dog under control. They have these leash laws for a reason. Not only is it safety for you and your dog, for it doesn't get hurt, but for other people that are out and about. So I don't see why people don't understand about keeping your dog on a leash, even if it's a really outgoing, friendly dog. But we see it all the time, and we try to educate them, because I think they don't make the connection. My dog loves everyone. It won't hurt anyone, but that's not the point. There's other things that might hurt your dog or hurt other people if your dog is off leash. So just kind of friendly reminder to just keep your dog on a leash.
All right, we got it. We're going to do leashes, and we're going to social distance while at the dog park.
That's right. Very good.
I am so impressed with all the things that the animal clinic, that you all are continuing to be able to do during COVID-19. You've talked about ways of giving out food for dogs and for pets during this pandemic, free of charge to those that need it if you should have it. Also, it sounds like the adoption process is still going relatively well, but we want to give an opportunity for those out there that would like to donate to the causes that you all do. So Maybe you can talk
Yes.
about that a little bit.
Well, yeah, I'd love to. As the Iowa City Animal Services, we actually have a great, you have many ways that you can donate. Supplies, any kind of, like if your dog would happen to pass away and you have all these supplies left over, including medication, crates, any kind of dog related equipment, you can donate it. And if we don't use it here at the shelter, we pass it on. Other people will call us and say, hey, do you have a dog crate that I can use for my dog? My family member had to move in. We need a crate, or otherwise I'm going to have to surrender that dog to you. And so we'll go, oh, no, we have crates. We have, we've had a lot of that were donated. So if you think you need something, reach out to us, because we might have it that somebody already donated. So, and it works both ways. If you would like to donate supplies, money is never turned down. Actually, we have a foundation called the Friends of the Animal Center Foundation that helps pay for a lot of the animals that if they have to have special surgeries or any kind of medications, that we will utilize the foundation to help pay for that. So you can either make money to the city, and we'll use that money as well, or donate it to the Friends of the Animal Center Foundation, or any kind of animal supplies, because if we can't use it here, the other thing that we try to do is unfortunately there are a lot of small communities that have very small dog shelters and cat shelters that need equipment and supplies, and they'll always call us and say, hey, do you have anything that we might be able to use, or we need this? And I would say, yes, we can certainly help you, because if we don't help them, that just is other animals that could come into our care. We try to do this kind of diversion, like let's keep those animals at home. And so if there's something we can do as a food or any kind of supplies, we're going to make sure that they can keep that animal in their home.
Well, awesome. Thanks for giving us a great update on our furry friends. And thanks to you and your staff for navigating during this time. I know that it's been a little challenging to try to figure out which ways to kind of keep people engaged with the animal center, as well as trying to keep your staff safe. Any last words that you would like to tell us today?
Main thing is, don't forget that we have animals up for adoption, because a lot of times we're still getting people thinking that we're not open to adopt out animals. It's not that we're not open for that. So just check our website. If we get cats and kittens that'll come in, they'll go on our website, just check that, and then call us, because we're still answering the phone. You just can't come in the door and pull on it, and we can't let you in. But don't forget about our animals that are going to be coming in. They're going to need homes here in the next couple weeks.
Awesome. Thanks for all you're doing. We are in this together, and take care.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Great. And for more COVID-19 information, you can head to our website. Go to icgov.org/coronavirus to find medical resources along with the latest city response efforts. Tune back in on Thursday when we speak with Parks and Recreational Director Julie Seidel Johnson. Thanks for watching Community Connection. Remember, we're all in this together.